Okay, guys, as promised, we downloaded Monster Hunter Wilds, and holy crap, game is wild. We made our first character. You can see me here. I actually just tried to make her look exactly like my wife, which is cool. Same hair, same eyes, same face. It's awesome. Um, and I wanted to kind of talk about new player first impressions. I have never played a game like this. I think I like tried Wild or World for like 10 minutes and I just thought this was stupid. Like it was clunky, it was ugly, the controls sucked, and I just wanted to play Fortnite because Fortnite came out like the same week, right? Or it was like really popular at the same time. And I never got into it. And then Rise came out, and I was like, oh, that's just a Switch game, so I'm not going to play that. And then they ported it to PC, and I was like, ah, it's still a Switch game, I'm not going to play that. But as I mentioned in the previous video, my friends are really into this game, and so they begged me to play with them. And holy crap, was that a good idea. Showing off the game, you get access to literally all of the weapons in the beta, right? And I quickly fell in love with these like twin axes or swords. They're like super freaking cool. Um, the game, you know, it's very pretty. It's open world, which I also just wasn't expecting. I expected worlds to be open world, and this one, like, is actually the other one wasn't. The other one was open zone, so like that was kind of cool. And you get this dope mount that you can ride around on, which makes like traversal feel like way less like mundane and slow. So I'm digging that because it was slow in Worlds, and yeah, let's start off with the first couple things. When you load in, the graphic settings are like horrendously bad. Like you got to change basically everything. They're just all jacked up. Like you got motion blur on and like all this stuff. Other than that, I would say the game's really well optimized, but like I'm assuming it's not because I'm not in a private world, right? So I'm at 69 FPS, right? In a public lobby. If I load into a private lobby, which I don't even know if I know how to do, now that I think about it, like I might just not know how to do this. Okay, I don't know how to load in a private lobby, but when I was in a private lobby, I was getting like 110 FPS. So if you want to double your frame rate, literally jump into a private lobby. It it's the most OP thing you could possibly do. Um, we're just actually gonna have her ride around because I think you auto ride, right? Yeah, you can just straight up like auto explore, or no, you can't. You gotta like track something, and then your character will go explore it. But the world's got like a day-night cycle. It's got a weather cycle, lots of cool enemies, and above all, game's very fluid. This is basically an anime fighting game, like straight up. The combos you can do are insane. And I tried only a couple of the weapons, right? I killed like the first four mission bosses, I think. Some dung beetle, like a bird with a beak that was like a dinosaur bird. We killed some sandworm thing that was like crawling through the map. Um, and then we killed, was it like some sort of lion? Something like that. We killed a bunch of stuff. It was cool. I had a really good time. I tried Sword and Shield and hated it. Thought it was stupid. I tried Insect Glaive. That was really cool, but it wasn't necessarily my style. It was too pogo sticky, reminded me of Zhao. And then I tried Hammer, and Hammer was actually really cool. Hammer was sick, but it took me like 10 minutes to figure out you could like charge it up and then hit because I didn't look at the controls beforehand. But it was really effective. But the weapon that by far to me is the coolest are these dual swords. These swords are amazing. They are so cool. They're so fluid. You're so fast when you use them. And the swords literally turn you into Captain Levi. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Attack on Titan, but you're Captain Levi with these swords. You literally dash straight through the target and you cut them all up. So like you rend them, you open them up their wound or whatever, and then you just dive through the flipping wound and you like grapple blade around the dude, cutting him up like a it's insane. I'm gonna try to like clip it and I can post it to shorts like what it looks like. But yeah, the dual swords super cool. I will say I did think the game was gonna be a little bit harder, honestly, than it was because we can't level up in this beta. We can't really change our gear. We can't get better gear. Like we can't craft anything. So really, you're just base gear fighting all these monsters. And so far, we fought all of them pretty easily. And I think that's down to a couple things. One, we just got done destroying Wukong, right? We played Black Myth Wukong. Honestly, it's very similar. It feels similar to me anyway. And then we've played Elden Ring and Sekiro, and we've done all that. So action combat game wise, like it's not like this is our first action combat game. Like even Dragon's Dogma 2, like it's very similar to that. And because of that, like I just feel like I have, a little bit more experience than I would have previously. Although I've never played a Monster Hunter, I've played action combat games. This one is very satisfying though, I will say. It I think it's more satisfying than Dragon's Dogma because of the stuff you can do that I can't do in the beta, which is kind of lame. But like being able to craft the weapons and the armor out of the dudes you kill is sick. The hunts are cool because you beat the guy and then they get scared and then they run away and you gotta hunt them down and then they'll fake that they're dead and they'll get back up and like they'll one shot you if you're not careful. I did only die like once I think in the beta so far. We've only also played for like what's the time at 3 hours, 4 hours. So it's not like we have a whole lot of time in the game, but for what we've done, man, this is awesome, and I can't wait to cover kind of more of my thoughts and feelings. But like for like a first 5 hours, this was exceptionally good. Now, here's a couple more caveats. You can see on top right, we're getting 63 FPS right here, and we're using 98% of our GPU, 42% of our CPU. That's not good. We have the game maxed out. Like we're literally our settings are cranked up to be clear. So we have everything turned up. We got DLSS on though, and DLSS is on performance, I want to say. Let's see, where do we go? Yeah, DLSS is on performance. Oh, frame gen's disabled. Why? Okay, the game keeps resetting my settings. This explains a lot. Frame gen on, upscaling, performance. Let's make sure all the other settings are all the way up. Jeez. I know a couple of these default to not even being on correctly. Yeah, motion blur. Why is this on? This is... Okay. This is now a gripe. The fact that I have to change my settings every time I load into an area is boggling. Yeah, don't need that on. Okay, cool. Now what are we getting? What's our new frame rate? Oh, it disappeared. Where'd it go? There it goes. Okay, yeah, see, now we're back up over 100. Okay, this is more like what I was playing on. So, yeah, now the game looks and runs better. It feels more responsive. This is good. So, yeah, the game has a few bugs, mostly settings. I haven't ran into any, like, actual in-game bugs, but the settings bugs are definitely there. I'll say I wish the water looked a little better. Like, look at the fringing on the water on the edges. Like, the light looks weird on it, and it doesn't reflect particularly nicely off of it. Like the game has nice lighting, don't get me wrong, and the environment looks pretty good, but I don't understand why the water graphics are this way. I don't know if this game just like doesn't have ray tracing or something, but I don't know. Another gripe I have so far is I did the benchmark right at the beginning, and in the benchmark I got 145 FPS. Where's my other 40 FPS? Like I have the same settings on in here. I should be getting the same FPS as the benchmark, I think. Some of you may disagree with me, but like, yeah. This is the Forge Lady. This is the one everybody likes, Gemma. I like my little pet too. I named him Chewy Dua because my kids wanted to name him Chewy Dua. So, yeah, that's my little pet's name. I don't really know what else to say. I haven't played a whole lot to really know. I do plan on kind of just sharing my thoughts, how I feel about the game as time goes on. This is probably going to be the main thing I end up streaming for quite some time, at least once it comes out. Maybe not before it comes out, because I think people are only going to want to watch so much of beta gameplay. But yeah, game's sick, and if you haven't checked it out, I'm pretty sure it's free for the whole weekend, and it's free next weekend as well. And then the game just releases. So every weekend you get to play Monster Hunter now until, the end of time. So, if you guys like today's video, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Monster Hunter, if I should make more content on it, and kind of go more in depth on all the different, builds and things you can do. But I'm learning the game just like probably a lot of you are. Never played them before, and I'm sure my opinions of the game are going to change dramatically over time. I will say the highs that I got Literally slicing through monsters like Captain Levi was insane. I thought it was the coolest thing, and if I knew how to edit, I would, edit that in there. But you guys can look it up if you want to. It's just, I think it's your finishing move or something. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.